Hello YouTube, it is me, Raina, and I am back. Sorry for being gone for so long, life has been lifing, but I just want to go ahead and give my overall thoughts on Doctor Who, this new season, my thoughts and feelings over it. This season has been kind of a bumpy ride for me, in my opinion. The more and more I think about certain storylines, certain episodes, especially now that the finale has been out and we got maybe some answers, and some answers I'm not satisfied with, it kind of, to me, in my opinion, lowered the season down for me. There are still some episodes I did like Rogue, Boom, Dot and Bubble is kind of iffy, but it made me think. The Devil's Cord, I enjoyed quite a bit, but overall, when it comes to the storyline, especially when it comes to Ruby's storyline, and how they made her so important, and how they kept trying to make the whole storyline with her mother important, how that connects to Sutek, how that connects with the falling snow, the song, and for her to just be a normal human, I personally have no problem with that. But since, Church on Ruby Road, which was last year's Christmas special, we were led to believe that, something is happening. Something happened that night, that Ruby was left at the doorstep of the church, and, something mystical is going on, some time travel shenanigans, timey-wimey, whatever it is, and they reinstated it in Space Babies. The doctor went back there, you can't go back there. And even in the Devil's Cord, they kept going in on it. The maestro was scared of Ruby and her song and all this stuff, and it was so, it was hitting it so much, and just to be left with the resolution of who her mother is and how that all played out, to me was a cop-out. And also, when it comes to adopted storylines, now for one, I am not adopted, I do not have experience with that or anything, and if anyone else does, leave your comments down below how you felt, how they handled that storyline. But it's, when you call someone your real mother, that's a tricky thing to do, and that's the wrong thing to do. They should have put biological mother in there for Ruby's mom coming up, because it really diminishes the woman who actually raised her, since she was born. Not since she was born, but since she was a baby. And I felt like that was not handled the best way, in my opinion, when it came to that. And also, the Ruby and Doctor saying goodbye to each other. It felt, they did a great job in that scene, but we know that Ruby's going to come back next season. Now, of course, her role is going to be diminished, but we know she's going to come back in some capacity. And I also know some spoilers, I will not say them right here, about how she might come back and and what importance she holds, but it's significantly kind of important. So the goodbye scene here does not work, in my opinion. And overall with the season, I say Ncuti as a doctor is great. I think he showcased a lot of his range as an actor, as I knew Ncuti would. Like, I've watched him since Sex Education, so I'm not surprised. But seeing him in this role, sci-fi, saying all this gobbledygook, all this sciencey stuff, I think he pulled it off very, very well. And everything, and he's brought a new energy to the show, and I enjoyed him. As for Millie Gibson, she's a great young actress. She held her own in 73 Yards. I thought she was fantastic, and her and Ncuti have great chemistry. It's just that the character of Ruby Sunday fell way short for me. And I think a lot of the stories kind of do that because there's only 8 episodes this season. And yes, you can include Ruby Sunday, the Church on Ruby Road, the Christmas special, into that. But having the 8 proper episodes, to me, did not give enough time for us to spend with this doctor and companion team. Because even in other seasons where we had one companion, it's been, 12, 13 episodes. It gave us enough time to, get used to that pairing, to where when a departure happens, you feel the emotion, and also through that, you feel the growth of them as a doctor and companion, and how they get along or not get along, and how the relationship grows and changes. And I feel like I said, Shooty and Millie have great chemistry. It just felt the same, and it didn't really pull on my heartstrings, and I didn't really feel anything. And especially when it comes to the finale, I did not feel anything. The threat was immediately diminished when Sutek killed everybody, and I'm like, clearly they're going to come back. And the whole resolution to Ruby's mother, that was just a whole bowl of just problematic. And I feel like RTD's strength is family drama and the conflicts of that. And I feel like throughout, not just in the finale, but throughout the whole entire season, it felt like even Ruby's family was kind of put on the wayside, because once again, we only have 8 episodes. And you don't have really enough time to kind of go back to Ruby's family to get that conflict, or to get, that kind of home base like you did, in his first era with Rose, Martha, and Donna. So, yeah. Like I said, I think it was a good start for this era, kind of. It could have, I hope for better, because it's RTD, and everyone was, pumping it up and saying it was going to be the best thing ever, and, it's better than what we had recently, and I disagree with that wholeheartedly. And I just feel like this season, some of it, I was like, I see what you're going for, and some of it, I was let down. And I was definitely let down by the soundtrack of this season. And I know it's Murray Gold, and I know he can make some great orchestrations. And this season, nothing really stood out to me. And the musical numbers that we did have, they were just kind of there. Some people have extreme opinions on the musical numbers, but they just were just going, oh, okay, that happened, and I just moved on. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this season of Doctor Who? Did you have a favorite episode? What do you think of Ncuti Gatwa's first time playing the role, Millie Gibson as Ruby Sunday? Leave your comments down below, and bye YouTube.